Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky. He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble.
Propriedades, microfone, padrão. O microfone não tava aparecendo ali, eu tava falando sozinho. Vamos lá.
Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion. He sees what's left of the rippling walls, years of work undone in an instant. In the calamity.
Eu lembro até hoje quando eu comecei a jogar isso aqui. Acho que foi até. Eu comprei por causa do controle do Xbox que eu comprei na época. Eu ficava destruindo isso aqui.
That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella, forced out from underground. Kid pops him good. Fella got a piece of him, though. And then he falls to his death. I'm just fooling. An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do.
Ah, tem uma quantidade ali.
Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink.
Entendeu.
A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines. He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him for his drinking dip. Rondi always wanted his ashes scattered here. Then kid finds his trusty shield.
Matei o maluco.
But just as he's getting a handle on it, the security takes him for a petty thief. Special delivery. Gas fellas. Windbags start turning up for last call. Big old fella pops out in front of the kid. Then windbags are playing for keeps. Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop. He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke.
Arco destruidor.
Kid spies a good perch for some target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back. The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land.
Algo pegajoso.
Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid. Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome. Mighty fast learner. Right back at ya. Finds the distillery right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town. One sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man.
Vazio, Sarah. Você não ligou para esse espaço. Citra de skill de... Ah, é esse, né? Ok.
The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
Arco destruidor. Martelo Kael. Ah tá, esse aqui é onde eu troco. Vou por esse mesmo aqui.
Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins. Kid better watch his step. That one was Maud, the tutor. Once taught the kid good manners. He never used them, though.
Onde caiu, moleque?
An old ferry barge sends the kid on his way.
Ai, que bizonho.
The Bastion's real close now.
Opa, opa, eu tô sem o controle na mão.
Takes a chunk of alloy. Smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air. Scumbags. The kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did.
Meu poder não tá funcionando. Coisa de tônico.
Puts him out of his misery. Robs a scumbag of his last meal. He finds the core to the wharf district. He steals the city's heart. Might as well. Kid has a feeling you better get a move on. The place is starting to fall. See, that core Kid took was the only thing making this particular rock stay afloat. Kid just keeps running. The skyway's in sight. Whisks him where it needs to go. Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races.
Isso aqui.
Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me. We talk for a spell.
Debater.
There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest, enough to point the way to the cores.
O grande azulado encontrado no distrito A. E para quente ao toque, soa como um motor. O que exatamente faz?
All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there. Then watch.
Certo.
And just like that, the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again. Growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown.
Ok.
The Bastion ain't gonna build itself. Well, not entirely. Ain't always much to say. Kid ponders what to build.
Destilaria.
Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply.
Absorve fragmentos perdidos. Soco potente. Esse aqui.
Squirt cider will toughen you right up. Too bad about the musty aftertaste.
Liberei outro, não.
Kid don't know what's out there waiting for him. The Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant lands.
Certo. E a bancada do trabalho, quartel 2, destruidores.
Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong. Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? He heads for the Squirt Steps. Won't be no field trip this time. Some scumbag still feeding off the city's own trash. And there he is. The oldest scumbag of them all. Gershel. The calamity ain't done much for Gershel's sunny disposition. They always said old Gershel wouldn't go without a fight.
Tá, não tem nada aqui.
No core, no surprise. Like the gas fellas are hiding it from him. He heads for the east side, where windbags used to keep the local forge. Inside the forge, Key can fine-tune those instruments of his. Kid's lifelong friends looking fit to keep on fighting.
É isso, né? Tem que achar outra
Core ain't
destilaria
here
lá.
neither, so he's gotta guess again. Kid ain't ever seen an elephant squirt before. Scumbag can digest just about anything. Except for this. It's quick for slicing and light enough to throw.
Acabei de olhar um negócio aqui. É muito mais rápido.
They say even the most rambunctious squirts can be tamed. Squirts don't make the best of friends, but they can be useful in a pinch. No sign of the core here. At least the kid got something for his trouble. Them squirts just don't know when to quit. gas fellas all dress alike. Kids wondering the same thing. And there it is, but it's locked down tight in an alloy cage. A blustery old foreman's keeping his fellas in check, almost like he's showboating for the crowd. Telling himself he better watch his step.
Eu fiquei preso. Vou tragar esse maroto aqui, mano.
And now there's a new marshal in town. He hears the whole place groan, but it's too tough to fall. Kid's ready to go, and his ticket out's right where he started.
Foi por aqui?
He comes back, just like I knew he would. The core hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it.
Vamos lá.
The windbags used to be all right. Then the calamity took the floor out from under him.
Ok.
Kid ain't finished here yet. Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next. The Bastion's a place of peace, but we can hold our own if we have to. A bow and a machete, every bit as effective as the fancier stuff. Picked up traces of other cores while the kid was out.
Campo de prova, tipo secundário pra melhorar a skill.
The breakers used to come here for target practice. Used to play a little game. See who could bust the most targets and the fewest shots. He's focused, he's armed, and he's off. Perfect shot just happens in a flash.
10 tiros ou menos.
He returns with some of the materials we need. Sometimes a single look says it all. Cinder brick stout sure goes down smooth, then stays in your gut like a rock. Kid ain't had enough. The breaker's barracks.
Ah, mano, por isso aí. Beleza. Só destrói dois.
Takes practice, and a mighty strong bow helps too.
Como é que eu faço pra sair? Não, volta para baixo.
Couples used to walk the sundown path. Kid ain't here for pleasure though. But then, somebody gets to the core before the kid. The floor starts giving way under the lightest step. A single panic squirt would bring the whole place down. So could a reckless kid, for that matter. Fragments of the old world rain from the sky. Stray valuables are lying everywhere. Kid thinks twice about risking his hide for them. Well, the path ain't exactly open to visitors no more. Security is all fired up. Quick and careful is the only way to go. See, the path was intended for leisurely strolling and such. Not so much for noise and tomfoolery. spyglass, like the ones they'd use to search the stars. The calamity changed everything, even where the wind blows. Well, if we mastered the winds in the old days, we can do it again. But the question is, who else could have taken the core? Well, ain't no survivor stole the thing. Scumbag ate it by mistake. Tough break. Unlike the kid, that core ain't coming back. No, they used to ship live munitions down the path. These wires to toss those things plenty far away. Even gas fellas need some shut-eye from time to time. They get real cranky when you wake them up. In all this toil, Kid keeps coming back to an overwhelming question. Who else could have survived the calamity?
Relax.
So he didn't find the core that time, but that ain't about to stop us. We could always see the stars. We just never could reach them, no matter how high we built.
What door is it?
In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on a squirt. Of all the plans to survive the calamity, there had to be stab weeds. If there's a core, he figures it ought to be deeper down. Core stuck inside one of those fancy cages. Some of the stuff lying around is downright dangerous.
Yes.
He throws a switch. Now what could possibly go wrong? Quite a bit, as it turns out. The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow. All Kid can do is wait. Shipments start falling in. Not every squirt's born bad. Some spring to the kid's defense. Judging by the movement of the cage, it's gonna take a little while. Scumbags don't take kindly to interlopers. Even some gas fellas take his corner. Heard it pop that mean old foreman. At this rate, maybe 5 more minutes, maybe 30. Hard to tell. Squirts get real territorial around the core. Then a shipment of free samples shows up. One thing's for sure, that cage is awful heavy. All bad. There's a kid find some spices from another land. Tax-free. It's a troublesome scene to be sure. A few moments left and the core goes free. 10. 9, 8, 7, give or take a few seconds. Finally, the core's within reach. And done. He's got it. Just gotta get to the nearest barge. I still remember the look on his face after that one. The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started. Folks voyaged across the boundless sea to found Caelondia. It was good living here for a while. A lot of things need fixing up in this world, and we can start right here. The little Zolwood oil and that blade shines like a light. Windbag Ranch was built for gathering squirt extract in copious supply. Ain't nothing more healthful. Some folks showed up to make a fast buck with nothing but a knife. Other folks came to train and throwing arms. Place gets awful slick sometimes. Still others use the place to test their finest blades.
Porra, aí também.
Slippery little devils. Kid cuts all of them down soon enough. Kid comes back from Windbag Ranch, smelling good and ripe. War machetes are so quick, you gotta keep a good grip on them. With a good length of meat gut, that bow's like new again. Kid packs a special surprise in every one of those arrows.
Arrows.
The dead welcome him with open arms. The calamity took everybody after all. Kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around. These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close. Someone who ain't like Mr. Beckley and his kindly wife. It was someone like him. Kid sees him there agape, in the flesh. It's a snag or two trying to get to him. He ain't about to stop, no matter what. He's got so many questions after all. They never saw what it was like beyond the walls. Norty, the bird boy, didn't make it. The Jawsons, they didn't make it. Grady Sr., Grady Jr., they didn't make it. But him, he survived. Kid finds proof enough that man ain't from around here.
Cara ali, né?
Just think, without that man, we wouldn't be here right now, would we? The core survives as well. Kid does what he has to do. And then...
O cara vai ser boss.
What do you say to a man who's seen too much? Kid hasn't a clue, but he says this. We have to go. Please.
É meio estranho,
He's
viu?
a proper gentleman, that man. His name is Zolf. No hiding he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Ceylondia.
Sono, viu?
He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind.
Mano, que sono é
Both
esse
to
que eu não me
him
dando
and to each
10 horas da
other
noite.
for the first time.
Eu tô morrendo de sono. Eu, hein?
For Zolf, Ceylondia was like a second home. He's real worried about his first home, too. Far to the east. Zolf offers to help me plot the skyways for the kid. At least the calamity hasn't touched the stars, he says. He was born in the Tazzle terminals. The Uras sent him on a mission of peace to our city, and he's lived here ever since. We fought the Ura decades ago, but that was then. Things are different between us now.
Sendo construída ali, né?
The cores, they remember. That's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be all right. Well, look what we have here. The memorial. Here a kid can pay respect to the old world and earn it in kind. The valediction. Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more.
E são as quests secundárias, então. O som. Um pouco, não, bastante.
Words can't express what happened, but they're all I got. We tracked down a couple more cores near the edge of the city. There's only one way in the Cinder Brick Fort. The hard way. Sure, the city marshals may be gone, but now the fort's crawling with windbags. The calamity was mercy. The windbags ain't so lucky. Well, windbags young and old keep fighting for the fort. At least the marshals left the kid a parting gift. Something the windbags just can't handle. Something that'll punch clean through their greasy hides.
Isso é brabo.
Windbags ain't much different from normal folks. All they want's a warm place to stay and a decent meal. The calamity drove the windbags topside. A lot of them wound up here in this very fort. Business underground like in the old days. Windbags can't use the marshal supplies, but the kid sure can. As for the windbags, Cinderbrick gave them enough heat and metal to munch on for a while. Well, the fort ain't theirs by right. So many of those sorry things hold up inside that old fort.
Ele empurra pra trás, muito bom.
Times like this, kid's glad he packed trip mines. Security's plane gone haywire. Windbags gummed up the works. Kid ain't afraid of getting burned. trapped the kid in the middle of the fort's parade grounds. Then they bring out Glutus and Glandon and all their scumbag uncles. They got something to gain, and only their sorry hides to lose. Kid takes down Glutus. Maybe it was Glandon. Finally get the message. Good thing the windbags don't know kids fresh out of health tonics. Kid used to dream of getting a marshal's badge, but not like this. And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinderbrick Fort.
Oh, it's going to it.
Kid shows up just as Zulf's telling me about his own journey to the city. Seems the only thing the Calamity saved for Zulf was his smoking pipe. The marshals seem like good men, he says. They treated him with dignity. Zulf brought his antique smoking pipe all the way from the terminals.
Certo.
Zulf's travels ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all this.
Wait.
Fetching fizz is like a mouthful of nails, but the benefits are worth it. Anything survives a musket shot ought to be quick work for that blade. The Gravers, the arm of justice, they seemed unstoppable. The Marshals kept the city's peace. They can rest easy now. The lost and found. Here, Kid takes fragments of the old world and makes them whole again. All it takes is some fragments, and the Bastion makes it good as new. just don't get any sharper than that.
Eu tô com muito sono, cara. Sim.